might not be that pretty. But ready to be proven wrong. Holding a bit of a interesting setup towards the A site here from what I'm seeing. Adam B and ZTR towards CT. You might set up nades though. I'm looking at it. Kill feed does say ZTR has been taken. A little bit of anti-shredding perhaps as Adam B does tap back as well. But look at what they have done here. They went for the smokes towards A. They've managed to creep up from middle into the A site now, and fights begin to ensue. A little bit of damage to each side, though they're the ones who end up on top right now as Falvin. We were talking about his impact towards the end of that first map, and here again he shows that with a couple of kills. Big.
On that A bomb site at the moment.
Smacked at it. Not so well off, apparently. Thought that would have ended a little bit differently, considering he did manage to spot the shoulder there. However, at least a chance for the young ninjas to fight with a, you know, one or two less players to worry about.
Still working into the stacked bomb site though. That can offer up promise. Oh, Crimbo was gonna greet Era there. Nice little spot of information, but it doesn't matter again. Oh no, Era starts to fill the feed here, and we could get another similar result. There's still a player in towards Firebox, and I don't know if poor ZTR will ever have a chance to show up. He does actually to close out that round.
One of these days, he's gonna be treated like a prophet when a USB round goes his way.
We did see two of them last series. Full USP. Well, but there was a P250 here and there, but
okay,
it was wild. It was actually against the team that won as well. They still closed out the series, but this waiting for this re-aggression is so prime for Keto. He only gets one, and Nilo will equalize right there. So not all that bad there. They're recovering quite nicely with some of this re-aggression. And Bomb is separated from the two players on Cat, so Favin has to make a tough reposition. But what was that shot? ZTR walking right back into the crosshairs here. The smoke has faded away. And Nilo won't fade off. Instead, he'll find one more kill and gets out of dodge in time. There's still a B player waiting. Maxter has this round in the palm of his hands. All he has to do is show up from bench. All he has to do is deny a bomb plant here. But what's he going to do exactly? Now that they made their way in towards site, Crimbo is one of the high HP bars, but he does find the second. Bomb still goes down, but Maxter, nice positioning to recover.
Definitely not an easy round for either team here, but at the end of it all, the young ninjas do continue now with basically the same exact scoreline at the start we had on Inferno. 4-1 now. The question is if they're going to let the repeat happen or big now, so to win a couple of gun rounds and it suddenly is a 10-5 half. Very much proven wrong. Or though, holds the long range, needs a flashbang here to try and get him off the angle, or maybe just send out the body bags. Eastside.
Wow.
Make their way through that smoke though. It hits Era and it allows him to play around that smoke. Now Keto gets information where the second player is, and look at the T side. Taking these fights, converging on the CT's position, and suddenly it's a 4v3 here for the T side, and now almost implied that as well, more issues to be caused. Vader again brings it back, and this time to the advantage. Does not last for long as the CT side. They keep on feeding the beast that is known as the T side here. Favorite last man standing, they know where he was in Era. One bullet would do the trick. That smoke though gives away the position as Favorite walks through. My god, is that not a close call?
You were exactly right, though. No lack of commitment on that call. It is going to be 5-1, like you said.
It is going to be 5-1. No.
It's the nature of them even making it out of the Swiss stage in that 2-3 position, when honestly X into the Breach were looking down on their luck right there, and you know didn't have they did have the coach standing in as well, so didn't think that they'd be able to even come into this match looking, you know, at all competent and all able to deal with the star power that Big have to offer, but I couldn't have been more wrong right now.
Yeah, very happy to see them perform at this level already. And on this second map, they've started off well. Smoke hits man-made window. They know there's at least one guy there. Now the second man, where is he? Was barely maxed. They're full blind. Doesn't even know what hit him. Entry for the T side, but the CT side, they still keep their hands on the lead. ZTR, though, is going to give away that advantage with Grimbo listening to the steps. So now they know the bomb's all the way back towards the bottom of middle. Oh my, that is Nilo giving away another advantage. A lot of jumping noises being made. Adam B looks like he is going to try and keep them away from A. Oh. I think he did spot the barrel, and he's going to hunt for it as well. Around this spot. Look at this, Adam B. He's over here, and now they know. Oh, Era was on the side, but he's got a deagle in his back pocket, and he's very happy to see Crimbo.
You really got a nerf Era. He's got 2 ops in his hands.
Still wheeling them. Great accuracy as well. Great round here as well. Adam B. Hit it. Might be a little unexpected here. That does depend on Era if he thinks about the timing or not. Underpass is going to be a cause for concern as well, so they do have to worry about some of these angles. Whereas the big, setting up for an A take. Just waiting for some sort of a catalyst to play here, and I believe it's going to be Tabson smoking off. But I would assume this is going to be jungle. I'm not entirely sure about these old lineups.
I think that's top con.
It is one of two. Yeah, it's one of two. I don't know which one it is, because I never bothered to learn this one with my view model not being classic on all.
I'm actually super interested to see where this lands. He's gonna on-crouch. Oh,
there you go.
Let's find out.
That is top con. Okay.
Can Eric catch it? Not quite. I know Zayu likes to block those pretty frequently, but instead Era's just gonna take a more important approach towards that ramp side. A wide swing in and a miss shot, but nonetheless, he's still standing on the top of stairs here. He's dancing in between 2 different angles, and Era staying alive. But not for long enough. Eventually we'll get bested. We'll get ran down. Keto taking some proactivity here towards CT spawn. Nilo on the top rope, but Favin trades things out. That's a very solid round coming through from Keto and Favin, just getting the job done as a duo.
A very unorthodox round, right? They go for the 8 take. See if they really get freaky with it, but any more than that, and it's just a little bit foolish. This, however, is fantastic. The entry for Crimbo, having found Era as well, the big god that they had on the site, but now they know, wait a minute, 2 more players still towards B. As well, looking for an opening of his own, takes a nade. But a CT side, they've made another rotation towards B as well. With the CTR looking to flank the apartments, he's going to give a lot of information away, but look at the minimap as well. Adam B, where is he at? Down towards the ramp, he's pushing it.
Ooh, right into the crosshairs. Maxter will go. No one can trade out Adam B. They're locking down that round, and then Z Tech 9. So Promise offered up, but a fast A play here. They're throwing caution to the wind.
One man in CT. They take care of him, and Adam B gives away a lot of map control. Bomb can be planted to CT, but there's got to be someone else doing that as well. But Keto takes care of him, and Favin, having found Era, the next rotate out, and this is a round already got. It's just as simple as that. You rush A with a couple smokes late, it doesn't matter. Big, they walk away with the 3rd round. And that is a fantastic change of pace.
I think they kind of felt the success that they got going with that sort of aggression towards the B-bomb site last round. And they're like, guys, why don't we just try that, but with more presence, not just a one-man show trying to aggress like that. So they give them some extra resources on that A rush, and it works out so much better here.
Helms made control of the success on A couple of the last couple of rounds. The last round more specifically. You gotta try and change things up from that, so they're not gonna be one-trick pony headed into this. Slow as ever, will take their time to figure out how they approach to see if the CT side do aggress anywhere on the map as well, ready to catch off that aggression. So far, not really happening. Adam B is the one who's playing this the most aggressively. Big. Doing one encroach towards that A site as well. The fact that the utility is still there for the CT side, they're very hesitant about throwing any of that out as well. It's going to be quite tough to deal with if they want to try to run through those smokes when they decided to throw in their own, if they even do so. Picked up though. They've only given us an idea. They might be ready to make that play towards Palace, though the CT side. Two-man setup works out for the first one, and now they've managed to walk out of ramp as well in the meantime. Maxter running down Tabson towards Connector, and Crimbo gets rid of mid altogether.
Oh.
No one has to worry about that, and suddenly trouble for Big. They forgot about CTR.
Yeah, I was about to say they didn't recognize that there was two players or something along those lines because they completely were blindsided by ZTR. That was the final nail in the coffin for Searson to call off the save. And another eco conversion right now. Big are struggling on these eco conversions. I guess more so forced by in this occasion. But that's a more accurate term.
Big with only a couple of actual weapons. Really testing their luck here if they do decide to go in.
These slow crawls have been costly in certain occasions, but they still have such a sturdy setup on this B-bomb site. Maxter spotted things out, though. And Nilo's looking for that left hook of a position. He can slide on through, and Maxter strikes first, but Maxter quickly traded. Now it's up to Nilo all on his own. And towards bench, he doesn't have too much recovery. He doesn't have too many rotations, and taps and punishes that sense. Another kill coming through potentially, but no, ZTR shuts it down, and Era has coverage. So it's on the back of Searson. A time to come alive would be right now, and then line up for him. It's a collateral landed, but not the second to follow up. Adam B, he can't get out of the window as well. He's stuck inside the smoke, and Era, he's gonna hit the deck. All of a sudden, Searson strikes fear to the hearts of young ninjas. And a second chance at landing that shot, he's gonna pick up his counterparts up for one more shot. And no way, another miss. Only one more needed to close this round out. Adam B, is it gonna give it to him? Both players shake hands, decide that they're gonna take a different approach here. Numbers punched in now from Searson finally, as Adam B silently makes his way out of the window. Searson, no way he's gonna dive through this smoke. It's being anticipated here. Adam B playing around it. Time is of essence right now, but backs are turning.
To be reckoned with, and it's the late rounds again. Same as on Inferno, talking about how well he can play those rounds, how well he's able to perform. And here again, he proves why. This is, well, nearly a collateral. Second shot, that was fast as hell. There are a couple of missed shots, but it works something out with what you have here. He thinks though. One for a 4-man B stack.
Searson having a fun time towards middle. Just looking to get some smoke spam in. We could catch anyone tucked in towards window. Young ninjas have taken a liking to the gamble stacks on rounds like these, but what Big do in theory really well is spotting out these gamble stacks. I feel like I say that, but they've walked into them quite a bit, but the defaulting that they do, it's a nice shot from Crimbo, is what, you know, helps out. They've got a system going on where they make sure to cover all their bases. And in this occasion here, Crimbo's going to be scented towards A. Bomb heads up towards Cap, but Crimbo has a lot of this A control. And this is where the split-second decision of... They have two options. A fork in a road. They can either walk up Catwalk, which is such a common play on an anti-forest buy situation for the T side, or they can maybe split up towards Con, and they do choose the better of the options, given that Crimbo has taken all that initiative and space on A. A really wise mid-round coming through from Big. It's a small detail, but again, the last thing you want to do is walk into these 4 players on the B bomb site right now.
Same as last round, just try to survive with as much as they can. With the next round being the last one. And the buy is already guaranteed. The save, not entirely necessary, but the fact is they still got armor on most of the players, and Nilo has that M4. Once with combined, they'll be able to get just about pace. Wouldn't mind seeing that, and again, seemingly, Tabson looking to offer up some of that change of pace, now towards A. Adam B removed, little does he know those DTR also started to wait. mid control as well. Just as quick for the T side as Faven. It takes down 2, but ZTR waiting this entire round for his opportunity to strike. Now it is here. Noticing no one else towards the site, so fine. Instead, taps away, tabs him before the opportunity lets up. Nile removed on B. 1v3 now, ZTR. Little far removed from the action with the bombs headed towards B. Pearson guarding CT and Faven towards connector. Looking like a 8-7.5 here, but ZTR maybe has something to say. 1 kill found. An opportunity created. Smoke and a kit on him as well. And with the bomb not planted for Searson, if he does manage to sneak onto the site, he could go for something funny here. But big, definitely not a funny site if that were the case. And Grimbo thinking, okay, no way he's coming to apartments. ZTR, first kill found. Has the right idea about Searson's position as well. And look at this. He's got to try and lay this one out as well, but taps this bomb as well. And now Searson, wait for his... CT side better be a lot better, though. That's for sure, because that first half didn't convince me. It only convinced me that the young ninjas, they can still do some damage.
It's just felt so similar to the in theory. If we didn't see that 1v3 come through, I think we could have seen a really rough scoreline. So
if we don't see the A rush force by either, there's a lot of worse situations you could have been in.
What?
My god, though, this is a fast round, a full house with Faven and yeah, quite a bit. Tale of Inferno, they did kind of let up here. They got a fresh chance to make the second half into something interesting. Out towards middle, though. 1 and 2 entries haven't been found, but from Catwalk and Connector, you pile up for 3 on the CT side. Numbers even. Maxter still here, and they know as well. He's collected that bomb in the meantime, but look at ZTR. So much space made it towards the B side. He's still going to try to flank all the way as well. Faven, he gets caught. A side is going to be open for business, and now just timing and pure aim. Think of it, ZTR has it.
Maxter has to make a move with the bomb, and Guido's gambled towards the wrong position. As they do make their way on in towards this A bomb side up connector, Guido hits the brakes, and now this is going to allow Young Ninjas to get to the best possible post plants that they can establish here. And it's going to be Guido hearing that utility on A bomb side a little too late. Doesn't spot out the player crossing in towards CT, but he does pick up a kit in the meantime, which could make this round a little bit more interesting. It gives him more chances to isolate these angles.
Smoke and a kit. This is not done just yet. They're not gonna peek him. Tap the bomb, put the smoke on it as well, get at least one of them out of position. If he gets crazy, go for the stick. Here it is. Nade into CT, and he's got a full-on stick it as well. AK still lets losing the spray.
No
No
way.
Guido! He gets away with it. Highway robber. Got the buyout again, but running out of rounds here, and fortunately, big inching ever so closer. That pressure's got to be on the youngsters right about now, but well, certainly doesn't feel like it with Adam Beaters running out. But Searson catching a couple players himself. He's got to be smoked and mollied now. Second man, a second door. Faven shows up for one again. Searson just toying with his food.
Yeah, nicely done. Excellent shutdown right there coming through. Double op was a little bit of an adjustment there, but I don't mind it.
A bit of a curveball.
Yeah, I always like when Crimbo wheels the secondary there. Alongside Searson, obviously.
Just run out A. Let's get a round win. Didn't work out. Doesn't matter. Balls to go for the play on its own alone is something that I'm very happy to see. Despite the lackluster result. This one slightly slower here for the T side. It's still both ways. Connector under pressure, tabs in it. Damage dealt as he's forced out. However, we still big do these connector takes a couple of times. Time 3 players to be flashed in from connector. Smoke's going over, and they make their way through. ZT out the first one. Jungle Smoke is down, and Era covering from Catwalk as well. But Searson allowed to get a couple of kills here. Keep the A side at least a little bit more under control. While guessing the position. Rainbow has been found, and now Father 1v2. Tapping away long range towards connector, and now Maxter is running away as well.
Similar playstyle to what Big were doing, those slow connector attacks, but this time I think that Young Ninjas gave us a little bit of extra spice on that one. Right, very quick on the aggression. They had air as an extra element covering off some of the extra angles towards middle. And all according to plan, it seemed like. As the round certainly goes their direction here.
No.
And catching off Faven off guard. There's a lot of damage though to the mollies and trades. They don't favor the T's at the end of the day as the dust settles.
Yeah, speaking of explosive, look at this one around. God. The last one was fast. I don't know what this is. Breaking some barriers. T side though. No way towards A, and ZTR doesn't realize one man is behind him. If he just turns, doesn't even hear. Doesn't hear the flashbang. Era gets his life forfeit as a result, and Keto. Try again next time.
Again, pathway to get here was no doubt tricky. And it got a whole lot harder as they headed into playoffs here versus Big. But again, they put up some good, solid results here, and they have chances to do even more. But that's not if Keto and Searson could say anything about it. Want to put curtains on this map, and Keto just plucking one out straight to the, or rather, Searson plucking one out straight to the smoke. Keto to claim the finishing blow as Adam B surfaces.
Could have been like how much more dominant it could have been. Not the case. Round 25 could be the last one we have here for this series and for today. We found the T side helps out with this quite a bit, but Falvin, having found the perfect timing, has slipped on into the apartment's kitchen. Might as well go on unchecked here, but Adam B, awareness, possibility, yes. Ready, ZTR, the trade though, not finding it. Nothing but the hand seen by Falvin and the entries, they all keep coming, they just don't stop. Maxter, near impossible situation, but he's making it happen here with a couple of kills. HP still full, Keto down to half, and he's just Keto as well, jumping out of window! The impossible now looking ever so more likely with Tabson, last man standing. As every advantage Big had, they threw it away in a split second here. Bomb picked up, and Maxter heads back towards B, while Tabson looking to clear at middle.
Ooh, he turned around with some purpose right there. It almost makes me think that Maxter hit the shift key a second too late. Look at this. Tabson knows exactly where you're heading in from, but it doesn't matter if Tabson knows. Maxter knows better. And he will absolutely sideline Tabson. What a 1v4.
My God. I was thinking this is it, surely, when Falvin finds those couple of kills. Headshots from Maxter, my God. On Maxter either who thinks, okay, one was probably dropped out the back of apartments. I think that could have been the play that he was thinking, and Maxter, he continues shutting down Tabson again.
Back-to-back rounds right there. Tabson has to take a seat. Some of the young guns, but it doesn't matter if you have supporting staff like that.
Oh,
They
no.
can just get the job done. Keto, sharp as ever, looking to close it. Now Nilo needs a 1v4 of his own to try and equalize what has just...